Good Wednesday, everyone. And do you know why it's a good Wednesday? Because the new operating system for Mac came out today, 10.7, also known as Lion. And right now we have the full review of all the new features and cool things you can expect when you get it. Hello all you beautiful people out there. This is Swimmer Tech Reviews and the Lion full review. Now I'm going to show you all the changes that came with Mac OS 10.7, starting with Finder. Now in Finder you'll notice that the tabs on the bottom, that used to be on the bottom at least, like pictures and movies and music, have all changed. Now they're all located in the tab at the top called All My Files. And you can scroll through them. They're all categorized by their type and their extension. They've also added documents to that list and presentations in PowerPoint. So that's the biggest change for Finder. Now, here's an application that's been around since 2 versions of Snow Leopard ago. This is the App Store. And if you've downloaded Lion, you would have had to go here to download Lion because this is the only place you can download it. So, it's basically like a giant software bank, because before the App Store you would have had to buy CDs or download software from online. But now this is all the one convenient place where you can get all your software. So they have popular applications and software and staff favorites from the Apple team, all that kind of stuff, but it's really not that new. Now Safari has changed quite a bit. The biggest thing to notice is that they have the exact same top sites as they did before, and you'll notice next to that icon they have the history, but also they have a little readers list. So if you want to read an article but you don't have time now, you can add it to the reader list, go back to there later, and there's a little link right there for you. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate how it works. If you want to go watch a video or something, I'm going to go watch a high-speed chase, and now I'm bored, so I'm going to go back and read that article. So that's pretty much how Reader works. It's not the most necessary thing, but it is helpful if you like to do a lot of reading. Safari is also one of the few full-screen apps on Lion, which it's not a big difference, but it looks like it is, because it eliminates all the top menu bars, like the Apple menu on the top. So you have more room to look at more things with Safari. And there's also other apps that do that too that I'll show you later. But here's iTunes, which you'll notice hasn't changed at all. Now, the reason iTunes hasn't changed is because it's a standalone application. So, since it exists on Windows and Mac, they didn't need to change it for this Lion update. Going back to Safari, here's an example of the resume feature. I quit Safari before, but now that I've opened it again, it goes to the exact same place I left it off. Okay. Here's Launchpad, which looks a lot like an iOS device menu. It's a really intricate application folder is what it is. So you can scroll through here with gestures on your Magic Mouse or Magic Trackpad, and you can select your application in a much more fun way. So this is Mail. Now Mail looks a lot different because it's also a full screen application. What you do is, like every other full screen application, you just click the 2 arrows in the right hand corner to bring you to full screen mode. Then you can look through all your emails that are on the side. They'll be on the left corner, and all the scroll bars in Lion are a lot different. They're not blue anymore, they're more of a transparent gray. But the main feature with Mail is that they've put a lot of messages together if they've been sent at the same time. Like, for example, I have YouTube Mail that you can just scroll through and look at multiple messages at once. So that's Mail. Quick, easy facelift there. And now, here's Mission Control, which I'll demonstrate by opening iTunes. So, after iTunes comes up, there's all these pages open. Mission Control sorts it out for you. You can also go to Dashboard with Mission Control, which is about the same, but except it's not over your desktop anymore, it's its own screen. Now, with Mission Control, you can put all your clutter in different desktops, and you can switch between the desktops by just going back or pressing F4 to go back to Mission Control to see all these desktops. So as you see, I'm putting all my applications on different desktops on my computer, and it just makes it a lot easier to find everything if you have a lot going on at the time. Another small change has been with iChat, which I'll reopen. Here's iChat, and it's a lot more landscape than portrait. It's a lot more boxy, like all the other things in Lion. But the biggest thing is that they have multiple conversations in one, and so you can switch between your friends list pretty quickly. Also, iCal has been changed cosmetically. It looks a lot more like a calendar now. So what you do is you can do the same thing. You have 2 calendars, and you can add more: home, school, work, whatever. And you can go just click on any day, type in whatever event it is. I'm finishing the review today, and I'm going to put that on. And then you can switch in between months, and there's a nice little animation that goes with that. Also, you can edit information even more by double-clicking on the little information underneath the day. So you scroll through your different months, and there's an animation that didn't exist before. It's the pages flipping. Also, iCal is one of those full-screen apps I was talking about earlier with the same usability by just clicking in the right-hand corner. Now I'm going to go to December, add Christmas on the 25th. You'll see it's very simple, especially in full screen. The type's actually a lot smaller in full screen. Then you can just click today and switch back to the month and the day, which the computer memory is set to. So that's iCal. Couple big changes there with the looks and the usability. You used to have all these different categories for everything before. Also, address book has changed, both cosmetically and in terms of the usability. It actually looks like a book now. Now you can scroll through all your contacts, and then you can select an individual contact and look at it on the right, and then you can enter single page mode where you just look at that one contact, and you can use the arrows on the bottom right to scroll through your contacts. Then you can click the bookmark at the top right, and you can go to different lists. For example, there's an all contacts list, and right now I'm going to add a friends list. So I won't do anything with it right now, but you can actually add people to that friends list, and if you have a lot of contacts in your all contacts list, you can have a simplified list in the friends list. Now, one of the major problems with Lion is the fact that when you scroll down, it actually scrolls up for you, and when you scroll up, it actually scrolls down. So you can do that by going to mouse and clicking that button in the top. And when you want to go view something that you need to scroll for, you can just scroll down like you normally would on Snow Leopard. The reason they did this was because they wanted the Magic Mouse and Magic Trackpad to react like an iPad or an iPod would. When you scroll down, you scroll up, and when you swipe down, you scroll up. Anyway, that's one of the only big problems with Lion. FaceTime is another application that came with this. It's on the bottom on your dock. And I'm on a Mac Mini, so I don't have a camera to demonstrate any of the cool things that come with FaceTime, but it's a lot like the iOS FaceTime. Back to Launchpad. It's just, again, an application menu with iOS device looking app icons. Now, I should be using Pages for this, but I didn't get the update of iLife 2011, so I'll be using Microsoft Word, which is still a word processor, and it'll still work. And what happens is they have 2 new features, which are AirDrop and versions. And I'll start with versions because with versions, every time you open a paper you're working on, it saves it for you, and every hour you're working on it saves it also. AirDrop is a lot like sharing on iTunes. You can share in between computers on your Mac, no Wi-Fi required, and you can exchange files. So this has been a review of the new features of Mac OS 10.7. We hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe and see us later.